So today we'll see how to merge multiple internal tables data into a single internal table. Okay. So till now we have selected data into only single internal table. Okay. Today we'll see how to select data into multiple internal tables, merge that data into single internal table. Okay. For example, so we have second internal table here. Now, so these are two internal tables I have in my SAP database. What is my final output? What is the output I need to display? My output is like this.
Final table.
Yes. Final table we can also call output table. From this, we are going to display the output from this internal table. Okay.
డిపార్ట్మెంట్ నేమ్‌లో 2 సేమే ఉన్నాయి. ఓకేనా?
Okay. I will change it. Now in my final report, I need to display employee ID, employee name. I don't want to display department ID. I want to display name of the department. Okay. In general, whenever you are displaying the report, when you are displaying the output, you are not going to display the codes. You are going to display the description of that code. Okay. Because end users cannot understand the code. What is that code? Okay. We need to display description of that code. Clear? When you
ఓకే.
are displaying material, mostly we don't display material number. We display material description. Okay, as output.
40.
So to merge these two internal tables, there should be a common field between two internal tables, that is IT employee, IT department. We are merging this two tables data into IT underscore final. You can also take IT underscore output, whatever you want, okay? But this is the internal table which we are displaying the output, okay? So to merge these two internal tables data, what is the primary requirement? There should be a common field between both tables, right? Here, what is the common field?
Department ID.
Department ID is the common field. Okay, are you able to understand this? In general, we are not going to write select statements on single table and display the output. Till now, what we did, we created a single select statement on single table and displayed that as output using CL demo output. But in general, in projects, we need to select data from multiple tables. For example, if you take purchase order example, what is the purchase order header data table?
Yep.
EKKO.
EKKO. What is the item table?
EKPO.
EKPO. So here to display purchase order data, on how many tables we need to write select statements?
That's
So EKKO and EKPO are purchase order data tables, purchase order header data and purchase order item data. If I have a requirement to display purchase order data, on how many tables I need to write select statement?
Two.
two.
Two tables, right? I have to write select statement on two tables. Okay.
What answered?
So what is the first event of the program?
Initialization.
Initialization. What is the next event?
At select.
At selection.
What is the next event?
Start
Start
of
of.
At selection.
end of selection.
So yesterday we have created some tables, right? For department and employee ID. We'll take
Yes.
those tables. ZDemo employee. Here I have employee data, including gender and everything, and department ID. I don't have department name here. What is my requirement? I don't want to display the department ID, but I want to display a department name, right? For example, when you are displaying a report on trains starting from Hyderabad. So if you use train number, so is everyone able to follow that report?
No.
So if you give train name instead of train number or both, it is convenient to understand that report, right? Is it clear?
Yes.
So from this table, we display a department name. Okay, only department name. Let's see how we do that. We'll take employee ID, write the select statement. I'm not validating anything. I'm not taking any inputs. You know, right, how to do that? Adding parameters, adding validations, you know, right?
Yes.
I'm reviewing. You don't need country.
Amarana,
Wait.
hello.
1 minute, Sai. Hmm, It is displaying wrong character. At the date,
నా సింబల్ కొట్టన్నా అక్కడ షిఫ్ట్ పక్కన ఉంటుంది అది కొడితే పడుతుంది.
which symbol? Shift tilde.
ఇప్పుడు పడిన సింబల్ అది పెట్టుకొని కొడితే అది @ పడుతుంది.
Okay. Okay.
ఓకే.
So, okay. So I've selected data from first table. Let us select. So if the first select statement is successful, then we'll go for second select statement. Otherwise, there is no point in executing second select statement. Please observe, there should be a common key between both tables, and you should include that common key in the select statements. Okay, that then only you can merge it. I think we can write star, right? For your understanding, I'm using individual fields only. not using any where condition. You guys can include where conditions and everything. Okay. Now, so I've selected data from two tables, that is employee table and department table. Now I have to merge it, right, as a final internal table. What is my final internal table structure? This is my
Employee
final internal table structure: employee ID, employee name, department name, city,
city.
HOD. How can I need an internal table, right? I need a final internal table, right? So did I define anywhere here that final internal table?
No,
No.
sir.
First I have to define that final internal table. How can I do that? We have to create a type
Type.
structure, because we have selected some required fields from both internal tables and formed a structure here, right? We have created one customized structure here with our own required fields. For that, what we need to do? We need to create type structure for the list of from employee table. I need employee ID, employee name, and phone number and city. I just want to display these details. What is the other field I need? Department name from department table. So this is very important. Merging internal tables. Okay. Now, what is the syntax to define the internal table?
Data.
Data.
Data,
IT
Yeah.
underscore.
Final
final,
and a table of
Love.
UI final.
UI underscore final.
What are the different types of internal tables?
Work area.
What are
Internal
the different?
table.
Wait. What are the different types of internal tables? What are the different types of internal tables?
Different types of
This is not
internal.
the first time we have discussed. Standard internal table, sorted internal table, and hashed internal table.
This is
I told you to remember these three internal table types. Okay. Now I've
okay.
defined internal table and work area. Now what we need to do? We need to merge this table data and this table data into final internal table. So let's observe how can you do that. For that, we need to loop the internal table. We have two internal tables, right? Which one I have to loop?
Both.
No. That what is the table which have n entries? We have to loop that internal table. So for each department in employee, how many records you have in department table?
2.
How? For each department, for SAP department, how many records you are going to find in department table?
Only one.
Only one record, right? That because that is the master data. Okay. So this is 1 and this is n. And how many departments you can find in IT underscore employee table?
2 departments.
So multiple employees,
Multiple.
maybe from same department or different departments. We can find different departments in employee table. And even department value is repeating. For example, 10 employees might be working in the same department, that is SAP. For the same department SAP, how many records you can find in employee table?
1.
Listen carefully.
10 records.
Multiple employees, for example, 10 employees are working in the same department, that is in SAP department. How many records you can find in this table with the SAP department?
10.
10 records.
10 records.
For department SAP, how many records you can find in department table? For SAP department, how many records you can find in department table?
10.
10. Very good. So this is a master table, department master table. We'll be having only one record for each department. Department ID is the primary key, right here. How many records you have for SAP department?
Only one record.
Only one
1
record.
record.
Now search employee table by department. That is SAP. How many records you are going to find? Single record or multiple?
Single.
Single record. Excellent. How many records we have here?
4.
So this is employee table. Many employees are working in the same department. Department ID is not a primary key here.
Okay.
So many employees are working in the same department. We can find multiple records for each department in employee table. But when you search how many records you find here? Only one record because department ID is the primary key here. It is unique. You cannot maintain multiple records for each department. But when you go to employee table, multiple employees are from same department. Clear? When you go to your college, when you go to the college and search for the departments, how many departments you have? CEC,
multiple
ECE,
departments.
mechanical,
Repetition.
civil. Each department is unique, right?
Yes.
They won't repeat the department again, right? ECE, 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 CSC, 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 like that.
Yes.
It is unique. Departments are unique. But when you ask for students of particular department, CSC, how many entries you are going to find?
Number of records.
Number of records, maybe 60,
Repetition.
60 per class. You may have 60 or 50 members per class, right?
Yes.
For CSC department, you are going to find multiple entries.
Multiple records.
But when you ask about the department, it is only one,
11.
right?
Yes. Yes.
Here in this example, employees are multiple working in the same department, but department is unique in the department master table. Correct? Now tell me here which contains cardinality n and cardinality 1. N means multiple, 1 means
Multiple.
single. So tell me what is the cardinality here?
Multiple records display.
It is n.
Department table is single.
So what is the relationship between both tables? N to 1. For single department, we have n records in
Multiple
employee table. We have n records in employee table. What is the relationship here?
Department
Clearly
ID.
mentioned the relationship also. Department ID is the relationship. So for one department in department master table, we have multiple records in employee table. Is it clear?
Yes.
Now tell me which one we have to loop.
n
N table. Okay.
Number of
Always analyze like this. Always analyze like this. The records with the n entries, we have to loop it. For example, if you take purchase order example, EKKO is the header data, right? EKPO is the item data, right? For each header data, how many item records we have in EKPO? Multiple.
number of
Based on the items. Based on number of items, we are going to have multiple records in EKPO table. Correct? So now which
yes.
one we have to loop? EKKO table or EKPO internal table?
EKKO.
EKKO is the
PO.
header table. For each purchase order number, it contains only single record. EKPO is the item table. For each purchase order number, it may have multiple records. Each record is for a separate item. Now, which one contains multiple records? Which one?
EKPO.
What is the cardinality? Which one is n and which one is 1?
EKPO is n. EKKO is 1.
Yeah, right. For each purchase order number, we have multiple records in EKPO table. Okay. So we have to loop EKPO internal table. Now, which one you have to loop here? Employee or department table?
Employee table.
I'm defining one work area. I did not define the work area, right? For employee table, to loop we need a work area, right?
Yes.
Loop at internal table into work area. If you already defined it, you can use it because we are using inline declarations here. I did not define any work area. So I'm defining. So here you don't need to use @ symbol to define work area. loop, end loop. This is the syntax. In between loop and end loop, we have to write our code. How many times this code will execute? How many times this code will execute? Whatever the source code we placed in between loop and end loop, how many times that's going to be executed?
Up to completion.
Based on records.
No,
Based
it
on
is up to
internal table
records.
records. We have 10 records in this internal table. This loop will execute for 10 times.
Records.
Clear? Now, populate data to our final internal table. W underscore final hyphen employee ID equal to what? From where we are getting the employee ID?
Work
Work
area.
area.
EMP name. What are the other fields we have in final table? Phone, city,
Oh,
and gender. Okay. What about department name? How can we populate department name? Can we directly populate department name into work area like this? Can we directly populate internal table data to work area like this? Can we populate internal table data to work area? Is it possible? No, it is not possible. We cannot directly populate like this. What we need to do? Either we need to loop that internal table into work area and populate the values, or we can use read statement. Read table, it is similar to loop, but it will execute for only one time. How many times loop executes? Depends on the number of records, right? But read statement will read only one record, single record. It won't execute for multiple times. Is it clear?
yes.
Employee into work area. Define the work area with data w underscore dept. Okay. What is the condition? Here we have to write condition like this with key. So which record we have to select? DEPT ID equal to which department ID?
Employee.
Which is in employee table hyphen DEPT ID. If sy hyphen sub rc equal to 0. Sub rc 0 means what? We are able to find the department record in this internal table. That is successful. Clear? W underscore department equal to this department. Now this code will execute for multiple times. Depends on the internal table records. And what is the at the end what we need to do before end
Append.
loop? Append
Work area to
final work area
Internal.
to IT underscore final.
Right.
And clear WA underscore final. And in the next, for the next record, it populates the fresh records and add it to the internal table, and we are clearing it. And again, we are filling the next employee data and that employee corresponding department data and fill it. Now display the output. That's it. Okay. If you have multiple tables, more than 2 tables, you need to add one more read statement.